know what I can't stand? Love. Now that I have your attention, I'll qualify the previous statement with a more nuanced stance of an objection to the monopoly that romantic love has on what makes a long-lasting and meaningful relationship. You know the romantic love I mean, the soppy, flowers on Valentine's Day, finding a soulmate, desperate sprints to the airport to stop your beloved from leaving, we'll always have Paris sentimentalities. Revolting. As an aside, what does a 3rd century Christian martyr, whose only known achievement is being fed to the lions, have to do with love? And why does romance need a special day like it suppress the rest of the year? Anyway, this idea of romantic love as the closest one can get to another human being, though wrong, is incredibly widespread, and what better way to show this than the most popular search terms on Google? Google autocomplete finishes the words "will I" with phrases such as "will I find love? Will I love again? Will I get married? Will I die alone? Will I be single forever? Will I marry my boyfriend?" Aside from showing the incredible neuroses of our species to ask an inanimate search engine such personal questions, also included were "will I look good with a fringe? Will I join the military? And will I cry at Warhorse?" The fact that we desperately ask these questions about romantic relationships shows that, to most people, if you don't fall in love, don't get a boyfriend or girlfriend and marry them, have kids or cry at the film Warhorse, you'll be destined to spend the rest of your life sad and lonely and die unmourned, unmissed and alone. No pressure then, thanks overwhelming popular opinion swayed by film, books and television. This, of course, is nonsense. Romantic love is one of many types of relationships humans have shown each other, and has often been considered one of the weakest, though I'll admit this is due largely to the misogynistic nature of the past, and with the idea that a woman couldn't possibly be more than the bringer of a dowry and bearer of children. Apart from apparently prostitutes in ancient Greece, whom you could converse with almost as equals. The idea even that the most natural form of sexual relationship is monogamous is comparatively recent, and when I say recent I mean after the 50,000 years of full behavioural and societal functionality we have as a species. But that's a separate, though not entirely, unrelated issue. The closest relationship we can have, aside from familial or romantic ties, is friendship so close as to be described as platonic, a non-sexual affection two people have for each other based on mutual respect and admiration, as well as, but not always, shared ideals, beliefs and opinions with trust being paramount. It is a corruption of this idea that to our modern, seedy, disillusioned eyes, ancient Greece appears so full of rampaging homosexuals that we wonder how they managed to procreate and have enough subsequent generations to continue as a culture, and when we hear that Socrates was forced to drink the hemlock for corrupting the youth, we think, more than likely, and involuntarily think, paedophile. Thank God tabloids wouldn't be invented for another millennia afterwards, they'd have had a field day. For a more recent and frankly better comparison, let's turn to Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. When the Sherlock Holmes series was written, and indeed today outside the English-speaking world, the relationship portrayed between the two men was perfectly normal. A close relationship, a smattering of platonic love based upon mutual admiration and respect. Mrs. Watson didn't get a mention, apart from the fact that when she goes to visit her sister or something, making Watson free for the duration of the story. They never addressed each other as anything other than Holmes and Watson, but there is a closeness and profoundly deep respect in their friendship that doesn't leave you wondering, I wonder what goes on at 221 B Baker Street when Mrs. Hudson isn't there. Could you imagine it now? A man leaves his wife for a few days to pursue a mystery with his long-time bachelor friend who shows a decided lack of interest in women. My God, would eyebrows be raised. Don't believe me? In its most recent incarnations on TV and film, the sexual tension between the two characters has been palpable. So much so that there is apparently an abundance of homoerotic Sherlock Watson and strangely Sherlock Doctor Who fan art and slash fiction abound in those parts of the internet most people, including myself, dare not tread. To our modern eyes, it's not enough to have a friendship so based upon mutual respect and admiration. No, a relationship that close must have sex at the base of it. At what point do we decide that the closest relationship you could have with someone had sleeping with them as a prerequisite? If anything, sexual or romantic attraction distracts from other qualities we look for in people we want to associate or with those we would trust. The Wikipedia article on friendship states that the Germans have few friends, the wording which I find highly amusing. But they make the point that, to most of the rest of the world, friendships are about quality, not quantity. In the English-speaking world today, by comparison, if you fail to engage romantically with someone, you can generally expect to lose contact with them, and far from trusting them with your life, you're not too sure they'll get the rounding when it's their turn and they'll pay you back that $5 you lent them last week. This is a shame. If nothing else, it limits you to just one person you can trust outside of blood ties. So let's stop idolising romantic love and cut out the public displays of affection while you're at it, and I don't know, give your friends a hug or something.